Hello and welcome back to another episode of my MotoGP 22 career mode, and today we are here for the San Marino Grand Prix at Misano in my Moto2 season. Now if you haven't seen the last episode, I do recommend you go check that one out first before you do see this one so that nothing is spoilt for you. But of course in the last episode we had a bit of a mistake. Well, I made a bit of a mistake. I was battling for a good position, battling Jake Dixon for second place, went for a really rash move on him, and I just ended up coming off the bike. So it was a bit of a mistake. We lost a lot of points in the championship to Somket Chantra. Now fortunately we have a pretty big lead anyway, so it doesn't matter too much, but it was still unfortunate. And I also said in the last episode that it was Aragon next, but obviously like I said, it's actually San Marino. I'd got them the wrong way around. Aragon is the race afterwards. So Misano should be a pretty good circuit for us. In the past it's been a weaker track for the AI, although I think they are better on this game, to be fair, at this track. So we'll have to get to the weekend and see how it goes. I remember my Moto2 race there last year, I was really fast, but then I got stuck behind Agora. Like, Agora passed me, I could not do anything to get back in front of him, and I think I ended up dropping a few places as well at the end. So if I could try and avoid that, that'd be ideal. But without any further ado, we'll head into the weekend now. Hopefully we have got the pace. We really should do, because this is usually quite a strong track, but I guess you never know. So I'll see you after practice, but hopefully we're top of the session. So then, unsurprisingly, at the end of free practice 1, I am top by quite a margin there, 1.6 seconds. So if I can carry that pace through, I think we're going to have absolutely no problem getting pole and winning this race. Very much reminds me of the Kimi ring, to be honest, where there was very little action, where I just sort of pulled away from the front. But we've got 1.6 seconds then to Aaron Canet in second place, Iagora in third. I don't know where Chantra is, if we go down the order. Chantra's down in 18th place, 3.4 seconds off. Like, I actually had to go back to the pits and check the AI difficulty, because when I did the first lap, the AI were 4 seconds off me initially. I actually had to go back and check, and it is on 120, so yeah, they are just that slow at this circuit. So we'll head into qualifying now. I've got absolutely no worries about being straight through to qualifying 2, and let's see if we can get pole position. So who is actually in Q2 with us? It does seem like they improved in the other free practice sessions, because you see Chantra's a lot more up there. Vietti's up there a bit more as well. But coming through Q1, we've got Corsi again. Corsi's come through quite a few times now. Arenas, Alcoba, and Jorge Navarro. So both Pons bikes in here, both Intact GP bikes, both gases, and then obviously one of the MV Augustas then that's now come through. So at least Joe Roberts is in this session with us as well. I noticed his name, which is good, because that'll help us out for the Teams Championship. Because Dalla Porta was actually the first guy to go over the line in practice behind me, and he was the guy that was 4 seconds off initially. Then a couple others actually followed similar lap times, but I think maybe they'd been held up by him a bit, but he was like really slow on track, so I don't know why at some tracks AI just seem so slow. We'll see what they do in qualifying though, because perhaps they'll actually up their pace a little bit in this session. Now fortunately I was able to pass Bobier on this lap, because he overtook me in the pits, because as usual my auto drive was going really slow and the AI just went past me. But it's imperative, really, that I don't have anybody in front of me, because they are so slow. Like, they're actually probably not too bad around the whole track, right? But it's the fast rights where they are so slow. They are, like, over a second off. It's ridiculous. There was a sector study in free practice, and I beat the time by 2.2 seconds, because it was that sector. It was ridiculous. Like, that's a sector. I know that's not the AI's, like, ultimate pace, obviously, but, like, the actual practice program was 2 seconds off what I was doing. Well, unfortunately, I've not quite got what I wanted because I caught Corsi up so much, so hopefully it doesn't hold me up too much through this sector. Around the outside of him, that's put me off the line a bit, but you know, there wasn't much I could do. I wasn't even trying to go around his outside. I was actually trying to set him up for an inside pass, but he was so slow. Oh, I'm almost high-siding myself. Just realised I'm in power mode 2 as well on this lap, so that's unlike me for a qualifying lap. Although, I'm not going to need power mode 3, I'm pretty sure of that. On towards the line then, what's this time going to be? 1 minute 37.4, 3.4 seconds quicker than Augusto Fernandez. Unbelievable, unbelievable. I don't understand how they could be so slow at this track. Like, the last 2 episodes we've had, right, they've given me a run for my money. You've seen that, at Silverstone and at Austria, right? But you come here and they're 3 seconds off. I just don't get it. How can you have such inconsistent AI? Like, clearly not every track is tested properly. I'm fairly certain that should be good enough for pole position. I'd be very, very surprised if they found 3.4 seconds, to be completely honest, especially when they didn't do that in practice either. I might give the AI a couple more minutes to do some laps, just to allow them to improve, but after that, we'll end off the session and we'll get into the race. So as you can see at the end of the session then, the AI did improve by quite a lot, to be fair. They're only 1.8 off now, but that's still a lot of time, especially at a track that's not that long really, a 37. I suppose it is on maybe the slightly longer side, but it does have a Moto 2 lap time. Probably not, it's probably about mid-range. So 1.8 seconds is quite a lot there, but it's interesting that it's the two Mark VDS guys behind me actually for once. Chantra is in 5th place, so Chantra is still up there relatively speaking. Agora is down in 12th place. Where's Dixon? Because he was pretty good in the last one. He's down in 15th. So you can see some of them still are 3 seconds off, like Canet, Corsi. So some of them probably didn't do any simulated times. These other times are the simulated ones. I get them more times to do it on track and they didn't really improve. Then I went back to the pits and fast forwarded and I saw the times were like a lot better. So it seems like their simulated times are a big jump compared to what they could actually do. But it's still quite far off what I can do. So I think it's going to be a bit of a cruise race. We will see. We'll see if they could get in front of me, then maybe something will happen. I've seen that happen at this circuit before, but I do think we're going to have quite an easy job of things. So we'll head into the race now then, and I'll see you down on the grid. So then here we are down on the grid, looking at Sam Lowes in 3rd place. So that means 2 weekends in a row we've had 2 Brits on the front row, which is actually I wasn't on the front row last time, was I? But even still, again, 2 Brits at the front, that'd be great. So maybe we can have another battle with Lowes, a bit like we did in Sachsenring. That was actually quite a good battle. I'm actually praying for a battle, to be honest. I mean, I know I wanted to get another win, and obviously I do still want to do that. And, you know, I just want to win with the battle. I don't want it to be boring, because the pace just seems like they're not going to be able to run with it. Maybe if they're aggressive, they could do something. I mean, I've had this before, especially at Misano, I think, on this game, and even on the last one, to be fair, where I qualified on pole by over a second and still managed to fail to win the race. So we'll see what happens in this one. But without any further ado then, let's get this race started.
We're ready for action here at the Misano circuit. Eyes on the lights now. The San Marino Grand Prix is about to start.
So here we are then, back on pole position. It's been quite a while since we've actually had a pole position, I think since the Kimi ring, to be fair, so it has been a while. But the lights are on, waiting for the lights to go here then at Misano. Lights out and away we go. I almost used Power Mode 3 by accident off the line again there, just as I usually do. But this time I decided to use Power Mode 2, see what the start's like. Still pretty good. We've got the whole shot on our Bolino into turn 1. I think that's the difficult part complete now. I think we've just got to ride away into the distance. Already got a second over Schrotter. It is now in 2nd place. Chantra's up to 4th. Don't know what happened to Lowes. He's down to 6th place. But yeah, you can see, look, 1.7 already. And I can't believe this. I think the game may have glitched because the AI is definitely 100%, 120%, sorry, because I actually checked. I know in the past I've had it where, like, oh, it's 120 definitely, and it's not been because, like, for some reason the game's reset it. But this time I've gone and checked in the menus. It does still say 120. I've run really wide through Quercher, but you know what? It doesn't matter whatsoever because I'm already 3 seconds clear of the field. It's absolutely ridiculous. There's been a crash behind. I've just seen Chantra drop a few places. I don't know if that's related. You know whether Chantra's gone down or not. I guess we'll have to find out at the end of the race. But with 5 seconds in the lead after the end of the first lap, that's absolutely ridiculous. That is a joke. That is an actual joke. And I know they're slower on lap 1 than they are on any other lap, but come on. Like, really. It just absolutely baffles me how this is possible. Because like I was saying earlier, at the last 2 circuits... Oh, Fernandez has just crashed out of 2nd place. Lowes has moved up to 8th place, so I still don't see Chantra in the top 8, so Chantra very well may have gone down at that point. I never saw it come up saying that he crashed, but he very well could have done. But yeah, sorry, like I was saying, it's a joke. Like, they were pretty much level with me, right, the last couple of races. In fact, they've beat me, fair enough, like, on pace. Like, maybe I could have won Austria if I played my cards a bit better. But even still, like, at Silverstone, I was never winning that race. They were way quicker than me. Yet here, 2 laps complete, I'm 8 seconds in the lead. Like, I don't really know what to do here. Like, I'm tempted to wait up for them. Honestly, I really am. Just to then try to get through. Bobier and Canet have now gone down as well. Yeah, Chantra must have crashed because you can see Benstad is up into the top 6 now. Lowes is 7th. Corsi 8th. So, either Chantra's having a rough time or he's fell off. So, we're going to get a huge point here in the championship. Potentially 25 points. And we're just extending our lead in the race. Roberts at least up to 3rd place. So that's really going to do us good, because actually, where is Agora? I mean, Agora started like 15th anyway, but I don't see his name anywhere. Another crash. I just briefly caught someone's name saying crash and dropping, but again, I didn't see who it was. Joe Roberts moves up to 2nd place though, so it's an Ital Trans 1-2 once again, which is always great to see. Okay, Chantra really has crashed now. I just saw he's moved up into 8th. He moved up into 8th place very briefly and then just fell off. So Chantra definitely has fallen off. We've got confirmation of that now. It's just funny how, like, I was just spending the whole race looking at the graphics instead of actually the track. Like, I think that's why my pace has dropped, because I'm now just staring at the graphics everywhere, so I'm not really braking at the right points. I'm running a bit wide and stuff, but, you know, there's no need to push on anymore. Maybe I might go for one more push lap at the end of the race. Might go up to power mode 3. Oh, that was a bit on the curb. That could have been interesting. Although, even if I did fall off, I'd still be quite far in the lead, I think. Oh, that's a track limits warning, so... I did actually consider doing long laps a couple of laps ago. I thought maybe I'd do a long lap every lap, but I genuinely don't think that's enough to negate the advantage anyway, so I don't think it makes any difference. Perhaps now it is, because it's not so much now. Like, I've only gained like a second on them on this lap. This has been an appalling lap, but if I'm riding well, then it's like 2 seconds at the least. Oh, Schrotter and Roberts have crashed, so that puts Zacconi up into second place. I mean, they've rejoined in 6th or 7th. And if you look at the map, so many of the AI have crashed. Even if, like, their pace was good, I would have won this race by miles because they keep crashing. But, like, I'm just genuinely that far in front of them anyway, but... I don't really have a lot to say. I mean, there's been episodes like this throughout where I've, like, said I'm baffled and things, but... It's just not good enough, is it? It's just terrible. I mean, it shouldn't matter what track it is, but Misano is, like, one of the most popular tracks as well. Like, you think it would probably get a bit more attention. But either way, there's sort of the final lap of the race with a 13.2 second lead. I could probably like roll back to the pits on fumes to still win. So Aaron Caddick's fallen off again, and he's still in the top 8. I mean, just look at the mini-map. I mean, look at there's just dots everywhere. Like, I'm fairly confident had I done a 100% race, I would have been lapping people by the end. Which just never happens in MotoGP. So at the last corner then, up towards the line, we're back to winning ways, but not really in the way I want to do it. I mean, surely they couldn't have been this slow in Moto 3, because I didn't even win the race in Moto 3, but look at the lap times. I mean, 57 seconds Baltus was off in the end. I mean, I know a lot of them are crashing, so that's probably why, but it's ridiculous how many times he must have fallen off, because, I mean, the top AI are 14 seconds off, and the bottom ones are never that far off the top ones. Like, I assume Zacconi has managed to get through the race without crashing, to be fair to him. Let's have a look. Where did Chantra finish? Chantra finished 13th, so he's picked up 3 points there. Agora's finished 17th, didn't pick up any points. Joe Roberts has finished 10th, so he's picked up a few points for the Teams Championship. So all the damage done in the last couple of episodes, I'm pretty sure it's just completely reverted with this one. So looking at the championship, yes, it absolutely has, because we're now 100 points in the lead, so 4 race wins worth. So within the next couple of races, we can start looking at wrapping up the championship. Obviously, that does depend how Aragon goes. Usually doesn't go too well. They're actually quite good there, so we'll have to see. But if they are quite good there, again, it just makes no sense to how they're so slow at one track, so fast at another. It just makes no sense. But Joe Roberts, 110 points behind then, and Iagora 122, and Tony Arbolino 125. So I mean, you can see the AI are pretty close to each other. They're all having equally bad seasons. Like, there's only a race wins worth between 2nd and 5th in the championship. And, you know, I have battled all those riders at some point in the season, but I just, I can't believe it. I really can't believe, like, you get this at Portimao, right, where they just crash everywhere, but they're also just so slow here as well. Moving on to the Teams Championship now then, you can see we've got a similar lead that we have in the Riders Championship, 118 points, so that's a little less secure, of course, with it being the Teams Championship. It's easier to get a bigger swing in that, but even still, we'll be looking at wrapping it up. Well, actually, to be fair, 45 points a weekend. We won't be able to wrap that up for quite a while yet, I don't think, but the Riders Championship, next couple of races, we'll be kind of looking at doing that as we're getting to sort of Phillip Island time. That'll be sort of the time, maybe the race before, so like Motegi, we'll probably be looking at maybe wrapping it up there, so we'll have to see how it actually plays out. With that race done then, it was probably a bit of a bore fest, but we'll head back to the career hub, see what we get from it, and then we can end off the episode. So of course, with it being a perfect weekend, pole and the race win, we gained the maximum 10,200 reputation, which takes us up to 167,000. And obviously the same thing on the credits, another perfect weekend, 13,890 credits, takes us up to 417,757. So we've actually got a few notifications here on the contract management. We've got a couple of new factory teams being interested. Tech 3 KTM, which of course will become GasGas, and LCR Honda Idemitsu. And then also some of the new teams being interested. Oakley Aprilia, Yamaha, Tissot Ducati as well, Hertz Suzuki, DHL Honda, Parts Europe KTM. So there's less teams, well, actually to be fair, there's actually still quite a lot not interested. So it's about probably 50-50 with the fake teams being interested now. To be honest, that's about what you expect, because our reputation is getting to the point where it's about where you are when you are in the MotoGP class. When you start the career mode there, it's a similar level, so most of the teams are going to be interested in signing contracts. But we'll advance forward to the next race so we can just pick up there on the next episode. No more notifications. So that pretty much brings this one to a close then. I do apologise with it being a bit more of a boring race, but there's little you can do about it. If the AI is slow, the AI are really slow. In fact, I'll show the difficulty here. You can see it is 120%. Obviously, this is locked on a race weekend, so you can't change it. I would have shown it in a session had I got it recorded, but I never recorded actually showing it in the pit lane. But there you can see it is 120%. Obviously, I'm not going to just change the difficulty to win like that because it'd be really stupid. So it is always 120. Whether there was a bug, I don't know, because they did seem like they were going around at a slower AI pace, but the simulated times seemed to be pretty accurate. I know they were still a long way off, but they were much closer to me, so I really don't know. I really don't know. So I hope you did find some sort of enjoyment from that episode, whether it was just haha the AI are rubbish in this game, haha MotoGP 22 is a bit rubbish, whatever. Obviously there wasn't really much racing action. I'm hoping there should be some more in the next one, with it being Aragon, a weaker track for me, a stronger track for the AI. You'll see we're probably back on the same pace again, so a bit more like the last couple of episodes rather than like this one and the Kimi Ring, for example, where they just couldn't hold a candle. But like I said, I hope you did enjoy that one. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you'll stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.